10 Bible verses about self-control that will change your life. Galatians 5:22-23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Life. Application. Self-control is not achieved through willpower alone, but as a natural fruit of the Holy Spirit working in our lives. When we walk with God, self-discipline becomes a divine gift rather than a burden point. 1 Corinthians 9:25. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Life application. Just as athletes discipline themselves for temporary victories, we must train ourselves spiritually for eternal rewards. Every act of self-control is an investment in our eternal future. Proverbs 25 minutes and 28 seconds. Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control. Life application. Self-control is our spiritual defense system. Without it, we become vulnerable to temptation and destruction. Building self-discipline is like fortifying the walls of our character too. Timothy 1:7. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. Life application. Self-control is not weakness or restriction, it's power. God has equipped us with divine strength to overcome our impulses and live according to His will. Titus 2:11-12. For the grace of God has appeared that offers salvation to all people. It teaches us to say no to ungodliness and worldly passions, and to live self-controlled, upright, and godly lives in this present age. Life application. Grace doesn't just save us from sin, it teaches us to live differently. Self-control is both a result of salvation and a way to honor the grace we've received. Proverbs 16:3-2. Better a patient person than a warrior. A person who controls their temper than one who takes a city. Life application. True strength isn't found in dominating others, but in mastering ourselves. The greatest victories happen within our own hearts and minds. 1 Peter 5:8. Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Life application. Self-control includes spiritual vigilance. We must maintain clear thinking and disciplined hearts to recognize and resist spiritual attacks. Proverbs 27 minutes and 14 seconds. Starting a quarrel is like breaching a dam, so drop the matter before a dispute breaks out. Life application. Self-control often means knowing when to stop, when to walk away from an argument, when to hold our tongue, when to choose peace over being right. 1 Corinthians 10:13. No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it. Life application. Self-control is possible because God limits our temptations and provides escape routes. We're never powerless against temptation. There's always a way to choose what's right. Philippians 4:13. I can do all this through Him who gives me strength. Life application. Self-control isn't about relying on our own strength. It's about tapping into Christ's power within us. Every moment of self-discipline is an opportunity to experience God's strength. How these verses can transform your life. Daily practice. Read one verse each morning and reflect on how you can apply its wisdom throughout your day. Prayer focus. Ask God to develop the specific area of self-control you need most, whether it's anger, speech, desires, or habits. Community support. Share these verses with trusted friends who can encourage you and hold you accountable in your growth. Long-term. Vision. Remember that self-control is not about perfection, but about progress. Each small act of discipline moves you closer to the person God created you to be. Self-control is ultimately about surrendering control to God, trusting Him enough to follow His ways even when our flesh wants to go a different direction. These verses remind us that with God's help, we can live lives of purpose, power, and spiritual victory.